Hi, welcome to A2Z Knowledge.com. So in this video, we are going to see how to integrate MySQL with R programming. That means like how to access data which is stored in MySQL via R. So we can use any databases RDBMS to integrate with R. So I'm going to show you MySQL product as for the exercise today. So MySQL is open source. You can download that database in your Windows. You can install, or it can be your Linux. You can install. So I have a MySQL setup video as a separate video I have so in my channel. So you can able to get that link as well from the description box of this video in YouTube. Now I'm going to show you how to do the integration. So before that, we need to create some datas and tables, and we need to load some datas in MySQL. So then we can able to access it via R. So I have installed MySQL. So when you install MySQL, it asks for username and password. So you can give username as root, and it's optional. You can give any name, but it will be easy to remember if you give root as a username and password as a again root. So root username is root and password is root. Generally, when people install it for their personal use, they used to go for root as a username and password. So I just prefer you to go for the same. Okay, so I just enter into it. So when you log into MySQL in Linux, then you have to specify username and password. So when you do that in Windows via the command line, MySQL command line, so then it will ask only for the password because the username will be taken as it's like a one-time set when you do the installation. So I have a MySQL. I entered into MySQL. So first step, you have to create some databases. So you can check databases. So list of databases you have in some version of MySQL, there will be a default database will be get created called a test. So else if the test is not there in your MySQL version when you give so databases, then fine, you can create one for you. So you can see like I have a lot of databases with me. So now I'm going to create an database like I'm just creating as okay. I go for like something called ABC. So now once you created a database, you have to enter into the database. So just give use and then ABC. You will be into the database. Now you can create a table. So I just create a table test with just one column. Okay, so I created. Now just insert a value. So like my table name is test values. So I just give one. Okay, so now I'm going to select it. So I have one record. Now this is just I just want to show you how to create database and table and to insert a record, but I'm going to use some other different table which I have already created. So I'm going to change my database to test. It's a database which I have created already, and we can see how many tables are there inside this test. So I have these many tables. So the table which I'm going to use is EMP. Select star from EMP. Just we can see how many records we have. So I have four records. So like one Gautam, two Saravanan, three A2Z, and four Ram. So now I'm gonna integrate MySQL with R to retrieve all these records. So you can do both read and write as well from R to MySQL, MySQL to R, import export you can do with respect to accessing. So what are all the prerequisites for this? You have to install MySQL, then you need to install this MySQL package in your R. So like you can install with this command, or you can go for tools, install package, and then you can just type MySQL or MySQL. So you will get it. So you just select it and click install, then this will be get installed. So now means adding an install package with respect to the script is sometimes preferable and sometimes not. So because whenever I run this package, if one time it get installed, but the script will be get executed multiple times whenever it requires. So what it will do, it will try to again overwrite by installing the packages. So then you have to import this package. So we use library, the keyword for importing the libraries, whatever we have. And then if you see, we have just 4 lines of code. If you take any other programming languages, the basic integration just to select and retrieve the records, for that itself we will be having minimum of 10 lines sometimes. So in some languages, so R has more brevity. When the word we use brevity in the programming language, that means the number of lines in your code is very less. So if that capability is there for a particular language, so then we call it as brevity language. Now you have to just I'm creating a variable, and I have a function called db connect where you have to pass all the connection information. So MySQL function, that means so the which you are specifying the you are registering the driver, that means which database I'm going to use. So for Oracle this will be different. For okay, I use PostgreSQL, then that will be different. For MySQL it is different. So it's something like case sensitive, and you have to use the specific driver name. What it is for MySQL and Oracle, you have to specify that. And what is the username is root and password is root. In real time we used to encrypt this so that the developer or someone who execute this code should not come to know what is the username and password. Maybe username is fine but not the password. So sometimes we used to specify this in a file, and we will encrypt the file, and we will pass that file information, the password and username, to the code. So maybe in the upcoming video I'll make one video like that so that people can understand how this happen in real time. And the database name, so db name is, so this db name, like all these kind of words we use as a kind of an recommended words. So the variable, so test, so yes, we all know, like the database which I used is test. So I just give use test, so I'm going to use the same. And host name is localhost. Yes, if you are using in your single node, and then the default host name for your machine will be localhost, so you can use the same, it will work for you. And there is a function called db list table, and I'm passing my db, that is database information, so that it will list all the tables in your database. And then I create an variable rs, and then I invoke a function called db send query, is a predefined function. So where you have to pass all your queries, whatever the queries you want to execute, you can pass all. So here I use the connection mydb, then I'm passing select star from. This is kind of we call it as result set. So the entire result set will be get stored in rs. So now I have another function called fetch, will fetch the result of the variable whatever you have specified. So I give rs, and then n equal to -1, that means it has to fetch the complete records of your table. If you have 100 or 200, whatever it is, it has to fetch. It's like specifying a limit, but if you give -1, it is not, you are not specifying the limit, you need the complete records. So now I am going to execute all these. Okay, from the import I will execute. I cannot run the install package because I have done that already. So if you see here, like this db list table is just showing me all the tables whatever I have. So now I'm going to execute this variable data, so which will retrieve all the records which I have in my MySQL. You can see I have 4 records, and the same you can able to see here. Now if you want to specify a limit, yes, that you can do. You remove this -1 and just put 2, and then again you can run. So I'm getting only 2 records, right? So this video is like kind of a very basic introduction in integrating MySQL with R. So in upcoming videos I will be making like 2 or 3 more videos to do many other functionalities, like how to close a connection properly, and how to do a create, and how to do an insert. So those stuff with respect to R, I will make it as a separate video. So this an ultimate aim is just to show you a basic introduction of, and practical ways to integrate this with R. So thanks for watching a2znowledge.com. If you really like this video, subscribe my channel and forward this to your friends and colleagues. And we provide many tech videos apart from R. We have many other programming languages and technology videos in our channel. And then we provide this videos in 2 languages, English and Tamil. So thanks for watching a2znowledge.com. To get more videos, R videos, you can get the playlist link in the description box of this video in the YouTube. Thanks for watching.